Hi everyone, it's Nubian Sun Ra back with another video, and this is going to be a quick video before I lay me down to rest for the night. I just want to speak on how the enemy is not outside of us. It's our perception and understanding or understanding or consciousness or awareness of what the opposing energies are. And I say that because a lot of times we would think like somebody is an enemy when in all actuality that person is a chess piece or is being used to be able to make things work in our favor. And that comes from the concept of us all being one, like all energies being one, just working on different sides of the spectrum. And the only way that I can break it down even simpler is like to give an example. Sometimes whenever someone think that they're hurting you, getting some dirt or trying to make you feel bad about yourself or trying to sabotage or just out there doing like things that are not really something that is pleasing and this is distasteful to us because it is a form of slander. So when that happens, it's always just the fact of us actually looking at the situation and changing our perspective. Like if someone is trying to make you feel bad about yourself, if it worked, then you want to reevaluate yourself. Everything is about inner reflection, and not only inner reflection, but also figuring out exactly what other scenarios, circumstances the situation could play in. It's like it takes a person that really think critically and strategize to be able to take on that concept. Because if you're a person that look at things like, oh, that hurt me, of course you're going to look at a situation and look at it as an enemy or the devil did it, things like that. And I can say that because I've been there before, and sometimes it's a struggle to like kill off that train of thought because while we're reprogramming our mind, it takes time to relearn healthy habits after so many years of being programmed and actually going with that program. So a lot of times we have to just keep working at it until we have less and less of unhealthy habits of thought patterns. And it starts with what we do when we wake up in the morning and all the way to the time we go to bed. And just a little bit of negative energy can spread unless you kill it right then and there. And that could be a task a lot of times too, because we get carried away with the day, not really seeing these things. It goes under the radar. So a lot of times it take a lot of work and viewing ourselves because everything starts from within. And Another thing I want to speak on real quick, like briefly, is in my last video how I explained like the seals within us that awaken and activate us. It comes from pain a lot of times, and sometimes it can come from joy. But the ones that I've experienced the most is like from pain. Like whenever painful things happen, it activates the chosen ones to see outside of what is given to us, the illusions, the paradigms, the dimensions, all of those terminologies. It forces you to want to find out what's really happening behind the scenes, because we realize that everything isn't what it seemed to be, and everyone is, it's like they're playing a role on a stage, like the world's a big stage, and it's hard to find people that's actually real. So at the end of the day, it's like whenever we go through situations, we also have to look at it as something being unlocked, because no one said life was easy. So that's the whole concept of also the concept of not looking at things as is outside of you, that and is not nothing that you can't take into the consideration of how could I use this for my greatest good, or how is the universe using this for my greatest good. It's all about shifting our perspective, and that's also make it easy for us to not want to blame others or be angry at the forces that be. It just actually help with a lot of situations that we feel within ourselves that are burdensome, and it'll help work with our heart chakras and solar plexus chakras and all of those things. And if anyone's looking for advice on how to open those chakras, a lot of times it's just meditation and frequency music. You can find on YouTube, you can find just about any type of frequency music you're looking for to open up the third eye, to repair the DNA. All of that is on YouTube. And also singing song bowls, and sometimes just sitting in the dark in the silence and just listening to the wind howl in the middle of the night or the rain fall. Just looking at a candle that's lit and just closing your eyes and just relaxing. And finding someone on YouTube that talks about like spiritual baths and things of that nature. Like those things are good too. And also I just want to say real fast, some people might say like these things are evil and they're bad and things like that, but they only say that because they don't really know about it, for one, and for two, because the people that they know of that do these things are 9 times out of 10 always labeled wicked, and some of them might really be, because for some reason the martyrs of any trend that is fashionable is always someone who is that do not have good intentions, is always in the front of it for some reason. I don't understand that, but So it's like people turn away from it unless, they really have an education, is educated on it. And if you have the right type of energy, you don't really have to worry about like what they talk about, evil spirits and stuff like that coming to control the situation, because when you have a certain energy, the Most High is in control. And as long as that's in your awareness, you don't have to worry about being out of control. And as long as we're working on ourselves. So it's just pretty much to each his own. And a lot of times people don't really believe the fact that there is good and bad in everything. But there's always the opposing forces hiding and disguising themselves within in and everything, because they're just people. Their energies working through people, regular people, just like everybody else. So it's like there's no one thing that's all good and everybody in it you could say is good, unless it's something that's built on a firm foundation. And we don't have something to say like we have that yet. So yeah, you always have to look out. So I don't blame anybody for that. It's just looking at the facts, but everything's a choice, that's just something I just wouldn't suggest. I would suggest. But yeah, that's all I would like to say for this video. I hope everyone have a great night, and I hope you're drinking your water, grounding yourself by earthing, saying your affirmations, meditating, and loving yourself. Peace and love.